Is it now?
I don't know.
Hi guys. It's the
Migas.
We were completely unaware of how to start because we decided to take off our training wheels and we don't have headphones on.
So I don't know what's going on.
I know the music, we were listening to it through our headphones, but it's something, you know, we
music
gotta
was
adjust
in my
a bit.
head. I don't know when it stopped.
We're growing,
We're
we're learning.
But welcome.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Thank you guys again. But before we even start the episode, do us a quick favor. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Turn on the little
No
bell.
notifications. And if you feel compelled to share this episode with someone that you know needs to hear this message, do it.
Send it.
We greatly appreciate it because honestly, it keeps us relevant and in the algorithm. And we want to keep putting this stuff out for you.
For real.
Like,
for real.
We want to grow.
We want to grow.
Come on. Help us out. Help some girls
Help
out.
some sisters out.
Come on. We a family. The Migas family.
We
A family. Hit that subscribe button for me.
Yes, I love it.
So, how was your week?
My week was crazy, but good and super emotional. We obviously continued our countdown to kindergarten, and it worked out really well. And I'll get there.
Yes.
I'll get there why it did. But one of the last fun activities that we did was medieval times. Up in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. And it's interesting because I've been there a couple times, but this was the first time going with Caleb. Little boy loves his live performances. It was his first time.
Caleb on Broadway. I see it.
I know.
I see it. I feel like he's going to act and then he's going to be like, that's it. I'm directing. And then I'm going to be like, yes, Caleb, with his little glasses.
I see that.
I see it.
I see the flow.
And I'm like, you better put me front row. Thea, front row.
All the time, right? Because we love a good performance.
We love
as well.
a good performance.
We're here performing for you guys. But it was,
how was it?
Yeah, it was also his first time seeing live horses perform. So that was so cool. And obviously the whole dinner aspect, the dinner and the show. And I was like, I don't recall this from the previous times that I've been there, but they have the napkin that lists like all the locations.
Yep.
And I was just like, how lucky are we here in New Jersey to have this? Because I think it's only like a 9 or 10
like
states.
A handful, yeah.
And I was just like, what? So I also like emphasized that for Caleb. I was like, look, I was just like, now that he's into learning his states and geography and all the things. And I was like, we're really lucky and blessed to have this here that we could literally drive like 20, 30 minutes away. So that, and even for me again, so they also switched up their show a little bit. Made it a little bit dramatic at the end where you thought someone won and they didn't. So that was cool and stuff because I remember telling Calvin, I was like, wait, I don't remember this from last time. And the last time we had went was like in 2015. Whoa. So it was like 10 years. Wow. And then after that, you know, it was Labor Day. Nobody gave labor. Nobody gave birth.
Oh, wait. Before, because you were on the medieval times thing. So last year I took the kids and it was my first time in medieval times.
Oh.
So I went with my in-laws. My father-in-law's sister came with us and it was, you know, our family. So we went and I took Oliver and Alina because with Zoe, like she wouldn't understand and, you know, it just didn't make any sense. So I took them and they had a blast, but I had a blast because it was my first time. Like typically in like, I grew up in Weehawken. The Hudson County area that would be like a trip. They go to medieval times.
Yes.
My classes never went.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So I was enamored by it. But can I tell you, the guys, the jousters.
The jousters, yeah.
Right?
Because I was like, the Viking?
Yeah, the Viking. No, the knights.
The knights.
When they came off, because they get out and they like, you know, they see. I was like, damn, these guys are tall. I was like, I did not think they were that tall because obviously they're like lower and like, and when they came out, I was like, I mean, I'm short, but like, and like Berto was even like, yeah, they tall. But our guy won. He had like the long hair. It was so great. And I got myself
is.
a old school, like, what is it? A chalice? Is
Yes.
that what it's called? Right. So I got that. And then Alberto, he got like a beer mug
love
thingy,
it.
like a mead mug. And I'm like, I'm going to start drinking my wine while watching Game of Thrones because this is the vibe. Like, this is the vibe.
Yes.
But I like watching the magic through my kids' eyes and then
Yes.
through mine. Like, I was like, I'm really, yeah. And with Alina's sensory, she did so well with it.
good.
But she had to get her little princess hat. And then she got the unicorn wand, which has then been thrown out because it's hit way too many people in the head. So there's that. But okay, sorry for that tidbit. Labor Day.
Don't say
Nobody
sorry.
had labor. But I was like, it was our first time too. So
Yeah, it was literally.
Caleb.
Yeah, it was Caleb's first experience, and like I said, Colin and I. But it felt like the first time again because Calvin was looking it up before we went. He was like, "Oh, do you know they switched it up?" And I was like, "Oh my god, they did."
So it is.
But
the
to me,
first
it was
time.
gonna feel like the first time because again, I was just like when I just said before 2015, like that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, that was
Jeez.
deleted
Jeez.
from the archives.
For real, I was like, when did we come here? Because I remember going a previous time way before that, many moons ago too. And again, every time you go there, it's literally and again, walking in there, I'm like, who needs Disney? Who needs all that? Like, please explore. If you live in Jersey or in this tri-state area, we have so
much.
many things. Like, I get it, yes, Disney and this and that. We don't need to go that far, and we don't need to spend all that coin. Mind you, we like upgraded like our medieval stuff because we were like, go big or go home. But it obviously worth it. But you can also, there's lower tickets or whatever. And right now they're offering a discount. So DM us and we'll share.
They always go on Groupon.
Yeah, but they currently have like a 15% because of their whole like summer show. So,
Nice.
You know, I think it's still summer until September 21st.
Do they have a
you
military discount?
I didn't even check because it was a good discount that we had received. But
because
they probably
Cindy's
do.
the queen of.
I know.
Do they have a military discount?
Right.
And I'm like,
all
yes.
the time. Even for when I signed up for the Pilates gym, I was just like, okay, if I'm gonna be paying this much a month, you got a discount.
You're like, I serve
and they
my
actually
country.
they're like, oh my god, we do. And I was like, you don't know unless you ask. The worst thing they could say is what? No, and then you move on. But back to Labor Day, I said that thing that nobody gave birth. Because one of my friends reposted that. And then obviously she's being sarcastic, but the fact that so many people took it serious, like, do you know the true meaning of Labor Day? Like, calm down. It was just a
joke.
hee-hee, ha-ha. So I share that. You know.
As a hee hee ha ha.
Don't come for me,
Please.
But go ahead and educate me on Labor Day. Like, go ahead. It's okay. I'm open. I can receive it. I'm not gonna shut you out or argue with you. And then it was the first day of kindergarten. Honestly, I thought I was emotionally prepared for it. But that morning, I'm getting him dressed and he is like, looked me dead in the eyes and said, I am not your baby anymore. I'm a big boy. And I said, okay. And I just kept dressing him. And then I guess I was still like processing the emotion. And then we're in the car and he's like randomly saying, countdown to kindergarten, like singing it. And I'm like, oh. And then I literally, if you followed the story takeover, I posted it on there. And I was like, wait, can you keep singing it? I was just like, of course I was like, I need to document this. And it was such like, I guess like a hug to the heart because the whole countdown to kindergarten the week before, like all the things that we were doing, it truly obviously stuck with him like that because I was like, oh, we're countdown to kindergarten. Today we're going to do this. Today we're going to do that. So hopefully, again, I feel like, I don't know when you start remembering stuff that you did, but hopefully his brain, his 5-year-old or soon to be 5-year-old brain remembers that for a long time. If not, I'll sit there and remind him.
Yeah, be like, here,
like look
these
at
stories.
my virtual diary. This is mostly for you to look back on.
Those days, it's like documenting this so my kid doesn't go to a therapist and say he had a hard life.
Yes. And also, again, like I always like take Instagram as my virtual diary. And obviously it's whoever wants to witness it and be part of it. That's why it's sitting there publicly. But it's literally for my reference to look back. And especially sometimes I have so many pictures on my phone and videos that are not like organized, or sometimes when I want to quickly like reference something back, I go to Instagram.
Yeah.
So the first day of kindergarten, you know, he walked into his classroom. He's been attending this school for over 3 years, so it's not a new place, but it's a new classroom because he's been in the same pre-K classroom for the past 2 years. New classroom, new teacher, new assistant teacher. And he walked right in.
Mr. Congeniality.
I was cracking up when you said that. And literally, I was just like, he literally walked in like the big boy he said he was. And I'm just there like watching through the glass and the lump in my throat. And I was just like, wait, what's going on? And literally my eyes are watering now. And I'm like, and I'm there, obviously I did drop off by myself. So I'm like, is anybody here to hug me? And I'm not a hugger. I'm not a hugger. And you, like, so for me to say that I needed a hug, I was just like, wow. And I'm here like texting Kelvin to get some emotional support. And this dude being sarcastic, he was like, man up, bro. I said, never. And then that's what Caleb always says, like, never. So, yeah, but obviously received all the love and support from my dearest friends and family. Even my mom, when I was explaining to her, she was just like, look, like literally side-eyeing me. Because she was like, you emotional?
Yes.
And I was like, sis, you don't know me, clearly.
You don't know this soft girl era.
I have clearly, fully immersed into it. So it was a humbling experience, you know, and I get it. I get all the mama's emotions. And I know, because I even remember texting my sister saying, hey, how are you doing today?
Yeah.
Because my niece went into her freshman year of high school. And, you know, that's our first baby. That was like the first grandkid from our side of the family. So it's like, wow, like our girl, she's 14. She's a freshman, brand new school, all the things. And then my sister, like I was like, oh, maybe she's feeling the same. You know, this is a big milestone. She was like, I'm handling it pretty well. And I'm like, am I the only one suffering today?
No.
But no, yeah, since I had publicly put it out there, the love that was received back, I'm hugging you guys back virtually. If you see me in person, we can hug it out. And I know a lot of, again, the majority of pandemic babies are going into kindergarten.
Yep.
So again, even that in itself, like all the things that these kids, even though I know like they say that the kids that experienced it the worst were the ones that were already like in kindergarten during the pandemic, you know, that virtual setting, especially for, you know, such young brains being stuck in front of a computer. But again, it's just like I guess like with the pandemic babies, like a lot of us obviously spend a lot of time at home with like intentional time with our babies. And like I said, yes, Caleb has been going to school for the past 3-ish years. But again, it's just knowing that it's a milestone. And kindergarten at his school is serious business. They do not play. There's a spelling test every Friday. There's like a show and tell project Thursdays. Then they have PE, like separate, like they leave the classroom for PE. They leave the classroom for computer stuff. They leave the classroom for language, for Spanish. And then obviously there's like library and music, which he was doing in the pre-K setting. But I'm like, a spelling test every
That's old
Friday.
school.
And it's homework 3 days a week. So that, for me, it's an adjustment because, you know, pre-K, we were just stickers and crayons.
Yeah. Now it's actual homework. Testing your knowledge.
Boogers.
Are you smarter than a kindergartner?
Seriously. And at that level, but it's also too like so incredible to see like these young minds just, and then also like the letter that the kindergarten teacher sent home. She was like, we're here, you know, it is a faith-based school where Caleb attends, like faith and I forgot what the wording was, and I was just like, yes, this exactly aligns with how I envision things for my son. Like, because it's just like, yes, my son does not belong to me. He literally belongs to the world. The same way, like, I don't belong to my mom. I'm out here in society, like helping others through sharing our stories. And I'm like, that's going to be Caleb one day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what foundation can I give him? And I was like, my biggest thing is that like faith-based well-rounded. And one of the main things that she wrote about was about manners and like working together, respecting each other. Like, forget about your ABCs and all that stuff. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Again, that was my week. I was like, because I don't want to keep talking. And it's funny because I was like, I think for this episode, I'm going to need like a box of tissues. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Girl, love it. Love to see it.
How was your beautiful week?
It was good. What did I do this week? Oh my God. Okay, so
we could break it down starting from like Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I had the kids this weekend. Did not take them to my parents, so they spent the weekend with me. We ran some errands, did some things, and I went through a full-on purge in my house. I purged everything. So donation bags to people. Like, I was like, who's getting what? What's going where? What do I not need? And then spent a majority of my time romanticizing my office space.
So beautiful.
I'm so excited.
It came out so good.
Thank
you.
you.
So good.
Thank you. And I'm creating a space for the kids for when they start school on Thursday. So when they start getting homework, and Oliver actually has a tutor. So he's getting a tutor twice a week for 2 hours a day, because I need him to buckle down. And I've asked the school several times to send homework, and they said, yeah, we'll send homework, and they don't. So we're going to create homework kind of do our own thing, because I don't need him to stay in the same area as the other kids. I want him to surpass and get into Gen Ed eventually. So that's the goal. But yeah, just prepping the kids for first day of school. Today is actually, we're doing a chalk walk. So we're going to go to the school and write a message for the kids. So when they get to the school, they can see it. So I'm very excited for that. Well, by the time you get this, it'll be a week that I've done, almost a week. But I went into the city and I got to see Lauren Roberts for her final release of Fearful, which is the last novella of the Powerless series. So I went in with a few ladies, and it was such a fun time. Got to meet Liz in person. And it was so much fun, like so fun. And then got to, go to the beautiful Barnes and Nobles in Union Square. If you've never been there, make a trip there. It's 4 floors? It's
New York City.
Beautiful. But that was fun. I think that's all. Oh, so my husband and I do every dating anniversary. Our anniversary is June 26th. We made 13 years. So every
Congratulations.
Thank you. Every dating anniversary, we go to City Island and we go to Lobster House, because that's what we did for our first anniversary. We weren't able to go because, life. So we actually went on Monday, on Labor Day, and we took the kids with us.
Nice.
So,
and I was going to ask, I was like, what restaurant is that? I was just like, because it felt like down the shore type of vibe.
City Island. So we went there and we did our regular thing. And it's so funny because we see the same people all the time because we've gone for so many years. And I love seeing some of the workers like grow. And I'm like, oh my God, I still remember when you were a busboy. Oh my God. We only see you once a year. So, but yeah, it was nice. And Oliver was like, I remember when I was here when I was a baby. And I actually have a picture of him. I have a little picture of him, and he's like, and everybody was obsessed with him when he was little. And then we always tell the story of when Alina went with us, and these big, huge biker dudes come in, and they look all mean or whatever. And she's like, hi. And they're like, hello, sweet girl.
They're just a bunch of what is it? They call them Pop-Tarts when you're hard on the inside, soft on the outside.
And then we brought Zoe with us this time, and she was just running the show, and all the swans were in the water. She's like, Mom, ducks. And I was like, they're swans. And I'm like,
at least she agreed with you, and she did not sit there and debate that they were ducks.
That's a duck. I'll be like, fine, that is a duck. Whatever. I'm not having this fight.
We don't negotiate with toddlers.
Yeah, we do not negotiate with toddlers. But yeah, that was pretty much my week. Just keeping busy, getting stuff done, filling my cup, chilling, doing the things that I love. Finished 2 books.
Love.
Hey.
Already for the month?
For
September. Because I was like, those are September goals.
Yeah, I finished them already. It was great. I did the Sinner's Retreat, which was hilarious. It's a dark rom-com. Freaking hilarious. Loved it. And then, what was the other one I finished? I read so much that I keep forgetting. Oh, Credence.
I was going to say, because you already read Love Redesign.
Yeah.
I started listening to it.
It's good,
love
right?
it so far. I also love all the Spanish characters.
Yes. So all that series is very Latin based.
Okay.
So you'll love it. Like they have.
Does it intertwine with
You hear of them.
Okay. The Dirty Air series, one of my favorites.
You'll hear it. You'll hear it. But let's dive into this episode.
Let's do it. Well, let's also talk about our September.
Yes.
September goals, just in general.
In general.
Like, what do you have going on for yourself? Because it's still the beginning of the month, ladies and gentlemen. I know this episode is dropping September 8th. So it's still
the beginning of the month.
beginning. It's not even the middle. It's still the beginning. So you still have time to plan out your month, do what you need to do, and get it together, because there's literally, after this, I think when this episode dropped, there's 16 weeks left of the year. So it is time to commit to your goals and stay on path. But what you got going on?
No, you go first.
You go. No, you go. Okay, you want me to go?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I'll
I'm
go.
like, I chatted enough. It's your turn. It's your turn to yap.
Tag, you're it. So I am doing, drum roll, another walking challenge, and keeping it to 50 miles this month. So far, I think I have like 5-ish miles. Like by the time this episode drops, the goal is to have at least like 12-ish. And I like to start off the month strong, especially that I know there's like a weekend getaway this month. There's a bunch of birthday celebrations, activities. We also we have our boyfriend and girlfriend anniversary. It will be 11 years that we've been together. So that's also happening this month. So it's a lot of things. So I was like, how can I plan this out? And this is how I get it done, is just going hard, very hard in the beginning of the month. So that way, if I only have time to do a mile, half a mile, as the month starts to trickle down, I don't feel like I have to sit there and crazy rush, because it has happened to me in the past. And I don't want to, again, overextend push my body that hard if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Again, I was like, let me not procrastinate on this walking, because again, I've learned to start strong because of the experience of procrastinating it in the past, and it was not fun. And especially again, once I commit myself to a challenge, I need to get it done. And what's so nice about this month was making it really special is that I have, I think, around 10 ladies that have joined me in this challenge. And literally it's so empowering to see you guys just taking your life by the reins. And that's the whole purpose of it. Like, yes, to get your body moving, but also to help you feel that confidence of taking charge of your health and fitness. And walking, it's literally the easiest exercise. We do it daily. We're just not doing it enough. We're not moving enough. So this hopefully inspires you to continue walking or keep active as much as possible throughout your day and for the rest of 2025. And then that way, by the time 2020, like January, what is it? What is it? People's resolutions? Like by the time you have those, like you're like, oh, I've already been doing this. So then you can now add something else. So this is like the whole thing about 1% getting better every day. This is a little kickstart to your 2026, if that's how you view it. And that's how I am viewing it, because my goal is after September, then most likely 30 for October, because I'll be away for like a week and a half. But if I get to 50, I'll get to 50. And then again, November the same, December the same. And it's just because now my body literally craves the movement. And if I've been sitting for too long, like my body literally is like, get up. Like my brain, it's not even my brain doing it. It's my body like, oh, I got to get up.
Yeah.
And then my other, and I spoke about it before, was the fiber intake, focusing on that. And the last big goal for me this September is to continue. I started putting away 10% of anything that comes in my way. Even like the other day, like Calvin gave me some extra cash, and I was like, I feel like in the past I would have just like spend it on whatever. And I was like, you know what? I have this. Let me put, what's 10% of this? Let me put that away. Sometimes like I overdo it. I'm like, I could do 20% because this is money that I was literally not expecting. And it's been nice to see that savings stack up. And recently started following the No Budget Babe. And check out some of her content. She goes in on checking you and your finances. And she literally just sparked something in me. as far as the investment aspect of it. And one of the things that I love is like, she's like, rush as fast as possible. And I've heard it before, but again, it just didn't land. To have $1,000 in savings.
Yep.
Just
Emergency,
a thousand emergency. Because then obviously you can continue building up on that. And then from there, whatever you have extra to start investing it. And then the way that she explained it, and she talked about Vanguard, and I was just like, yo, I used to have Vanguard before, but like just took everything out and all these things. And then I realized I had started something for Caleb through UNest, and I didn't realize that they fall under Vanguard. Because then when I was trying to open up these accounts, because you could do everything online, they have something, I have to look more into it. So because my plan is to open up the brokerage account, individual brokerage account. And she explains like what you should be investing in. And I love that it's literally well-rounded and it's not intimidating whatsoever. And the mindset, remember, with investing, it's literally long-term. It's for longevity. Do not sit there, put money in there and check that account every single day because you will drive yourself nuts. The market is always going to fluctuate. It's always going to go up and down. But again, let's say like if you own 10 shares of a company, the stock price goes up, then all of a sudden it drops. But at the end of the day, you still own 10 shares of that company. So these are things that she touches up. Obviously, she's the expert on it. And what I love is that she came from like zero financial background.
Yep.
And she went in. She became a millionaire by age 30. And it's that she was like, I didn't become rich by cutting back on my coffee.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that she was very realistic. And the way that she's empowering women, because that's her biggest thing, is like to empower women to have that financial literacy. I was just like, wow. And again, I come from a finance background, but do you think I was applying any of those things? No, I've gotten myself in a lot of financial, like unnecessary troubles. So I was like, nope, now it's time. I've been really good with that whole 10% and of everything that's been coming in and budgeting very, very well. And literally now feeling confident in my finance. Because I feel like I'm confident in everything else in my life, minus the finance part. And I was like, no, I got to get it together. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you are in your 30s, mid-30s, late 30s, 40s, we're literally newborns. We are adult newborns. Because if we're projected to live another 30, 40, 50 more years, think about it. We're literally just getting started. We're just getting started. So if we don't figure out health, finances now, we're constantly going to be on that hamster wheel forever. And then when we get to like our 60s, 70s, we're going to look back on our lives and we're going to be like, what did I do? Where did all my money go? Like, what are we just going to work just to work? Like, that's another thing too. Like, sometimes our jobs, they suck. They suck. But if you have a goal, so add that to your September goal. What is your goal for this income that is coming in right now from your job? And look at it that way. Oh, it's because I need to save this is this. So put the BS to the side. Take the emotion out of work. And it's just gonna feel a lot lighter. Like, that's cool, Becky. You got all those opinions about what I'm wearing today. That's fine. But I'm gonna lock in because with this paycheck that I'm gonna get paid this Friday, I'm gonna do the ABCD and it's gonna set me up for my future. So that's something that I've been locked in for September. And I was, again, on the phone with like Vanguard trying to figure it out to open up the accounts. And once I figured all of that out, I got to you can link all your other bank accounts and then transfer money into there. So, and they right now, I have to look into it. Maybe I'm sure you'll be able to explain it better to me off camera because I'm not going to pull it up now. They have something called cash something, but I don't know if that's like a checking account and it's like sitting right now at a 3 point something APY, APR. Yeah. And it's because it was offering me a package to open up that with the brokerage account. Okay. So I think it's for you to have money to sit there.
Yeah. With a higher yield. Yeah.
With a high yield. But I don't know. They didn't label it as a savings account. I think it's just like I think it's a checking.
It's a checking. With a high yield checking. With a high yield because Vanguard doesn't have, it's kind of like SoFi and they don't have like brick and mortar. So they can give you a higher yield. Okay. So remember that. Like I know, so you know what? How about this? How about we do a finance episode for you guys? If that's something that you would really like, we
Yes.
can do some research and what works for us, and
we've
we'll do
been
and a
doing.
budgeting, like a budgeting.
Let's do that,
thing.
yeah,
And then
'cause
we
I
can
know
even
we'll
do
go-
a budget boot camp, because I too am in my budget journey, and you
Yes.
guys know I do my cash stuffing and all, and that works for me. But it's so great to see it in two different aspects, because Cindy's more of the spreadsheet.
I'm a digital babe.
Yeah. And I'm like paper to pen. I go with my little Post-it, even though no one sees it. I go to the teller. I'm like, hey, this is what I need, because I have to physically touch and see it.
And it's an experience.
And I put it in my envelope and everything, and that works with my ADHD brain that I did it. I touched it.
Makes
like,
sense.
and that works. And remember, everybody's way of working is very different. And if you are neurodivergent, you're not bad with money. You just need a plan.
Right.
And we both have two different ways, and we're tackling something that was very like a thorn in our side, and we're taking control.
Yeah,
and that's
it
the
was,
thing.
Because it truly affects your mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your next goal? Is that it?
That's
your
it.
fiber
Yeah,
and- okay.
that's that. My fiber, my money, and my
And your walks and your
moving,
steps.
and moving
Yeah.
moving my feet. What about you?
So for mine, I'll just go quick. So for mine, it'll be prioritize self-care. So I will be prioritizing, the walking. So walking to the park, I don't post much about it, just because, like, it's funny. I don't really post much of my fitness, because I felt like when I got to certain goals, I felt comfortable because I was like
And then
sharing
you
it,
just
and then I
stopped.
just stopped. So this is for me.
right.
And I'll share as I need, but right now it's just for me. And like that walk when I'm listening to something, and I have a weighted vest, so I'm actually going to be walking in the park with that, and I have my walking pad and all that stuff.
No,
so.
and the thing about posting too, like and especially with this challenge with the girls, I'm like, the only thing you have to do is post and tag me for accountability
Yeah,
purposes.
yeah.
Because it's like, oh crap, like I didn't, it's kind of like your homework.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is for me. That's how I've been. Because, oh my God, come next month, it's going to be a year
Yeah.
of me doing weight training 3 times a week. That's honestly the longest consistency that I had with anything on my own. And you know how hard it is sometimes? Sometimes I don't want to go.
Yeah.
But like I said, I took the emotion out of it. And I was like, you got to
go.
show up. You got to show up for 80-year-old Cindy.
Yep.
I was like, because if 80-year-old Cindy looks back, she's going to be mad at your 37-year-old self. So that's literally how I say it. I was like, oh no. And one quick fun fact, I guess, or something to think about. Shout out to Josh, my brother-in-law, for sending me this reel. It's like this guy, he used to be overweight in his 30s, like almost like 300 pounds. And he was working out with a 60-year-old guy, like weightlifting with him. The 60-year-old told the 30-year-old, dude, you better drop that weight. Like if you want to like live long. And the 60-year-old told the 30-year-old, have you ever seen a 300-pound 80-year-old?
Yeah. Wow. It's true.
Because again, weight, like that excess weight that we carry, you're literally just creating room for a variety of diseases. And it made me think of my my breast surgeon. Last year, when I was going through everything and I was 20 something pounds heavier, she literally said, and I was just like, damn, she literally called me out. Because she's literally looking at me and then looking at my stomach and goes, when we carry extra weight around, especially around our belly, you're literally, she was like, and take cancer, take the C word out of the picture. You're literally creating room for any disease to thrive.
It's like an incubator.
So after she said that, that's when I was like, oh no. I was like, that was literally God speaking to me through her. And I was like, let me get it together. Because I was like, God literally is giving me a second chance at life. That's literally how I took it and ran with it.
Yeah.
But I just quickly wanted to share, think about it.
Yeah.
Look around. Look around at the people that are 80 and 90 and 100. Like Japan just literally has now like the most
oldest,
centennials in the world. I'm like, that's amazing. And even, another thing that we celebrated was my dad's 64th birthday.
God bless.
And I literally said it. I was just like yesterday when we were all at my parents', I was like, wow, look at our first centennial. Like literally that's how I said it. I was like, because you're going to be the first one out of all of us to reach 100. And I was like, that's literally how I'm starting to speak to everyone around me. Because like I said, I'm gonna be on that dance floor, my great grandkid's wedding.
No cane.
Breaking it down. No cane, no walker, squatting down like there's no tomorrow.
That's right.
Sorry for that tangent.
No, that's fine. So prioritizing self-care, and then it's mental, physical, and emotional. So that's one of my goals. I'm going to continue with my budgeting journey, which is so fun for me. Like I just kind of use what I have and those little things like that, going to the actual bank and doing it. Like I love that stuff. So for me, it's like I have my little cash and my little envelopes and it gives me goosebumps. Ooh. And then
I can see you with like the money machine.
Oh, imagine like, no, but I actually have the little divider. No, I have the little divider. So I put my hundreds, my 50, like I put the whole thing.
For Christmas, I'm going to get her the
money counter. Imagine. And then it has to be like white.
Because you're going to have mad cash to handle, sis.
That's right.
So your hand's going to be able to count that no more.
And one main thing for me is family time. So between putting my kids to have like one-on-one time with each of them so that they can have mommy time, and then working on modeling calm. So I have like, yes, I am stern when I need to be stern, but when I'm already at like this, instead of flying off the handle, I just kind of do let me take 3 deep breaths, count to 10, don't flip. How can I help you? Like, like that.
Yeah.
And then with my marriage, daily check-ins. If he's off, like, just not feeling it or whatever, like this morning, he left the house and I'm like, I love you. And he didn't hear me. And I pick up the phone. I'm like, hey, I said I love you. And he's like, oh, I didn't hear you. And I was like, well, I just want to tell you I love you. Like, he's like, oh, I love you. Like stuff like that.
Because little things like that also just quickly shift
the mood. Yeah. And then just expressing gratitude to him. So like we send each other daily text messages, but I'm always like, I'm so grateful for everything that you do. And then we tag each other a lot in those memes too. So that's very important. But okay, this is actually perfect. This is actually perfect because we are going to talk about the importance and impact of your influence. Okay? So.
Class is in session. Take out your notebooks.
Yes. People are drawn to what feels real, not perfect. So how you show up in your personal life, how you show up at work, how you show up with your family, how you show up for yourself, how you show up online, that you're putting that out there. So if you're showing up true and authentic and coming from a really good place, working on yourself, and like sharing and being there, people feel that. When it's inauthentic, people also feel that.
Absolutely.
But the question that you have for yourself, I just feel like in this social media world, we're all walking around as if we're like the Kardashians with like a camera or like
my matcha.
Like we're on a freaking reality show.
I know.
Like, is anybody watching? Like, you know who's watching? God.
Mm-hmm.
God's watching.
He knows the truth.
Yeah. And if you're not, and remember, if you're a mom, and we typically have like a large mom audience, your kids are watching.
Oof.
And they're watching and they're imitating. They are the biggest imitators because you're their biggest role model. There's a quote that says, you may be one person to the world, but you are the entire world to one person. And to your children, you're literally their guide, their dictionary, how, like the model. Like they look at you and they're like, oh, you're perfection. Everything my mom and dad do, oh, absolute perfection. I want to be just like them. How are you showing up? And is that important to you? You need to ask yourself those questions. You need to ask yourself, like, am I putting my best foot forward? Am I truly standing in my purpose, walking my authentic, true self? If something doesn't feel right, remember, you're human. You can sit there, you could shift, you can pivot until it feels right.
Right.
There is no right or wrong way unless you're doing like 7 deadly sins, and that's just wrong. But if you are walking in a way that you're like, I feel good about this. Everybody's comments, everybody's opinions. Remember, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has them and they stink. You're not going to care.
Right. And that's like part of, again, taking the emotion out of it and walking in integrity. Like you said, that at the end of the day, like when you put your head down on that pillow, can you fall asleep in peace?
Yeah, exactly. And all right. So like I had said this before, when kids or other people see you embracing your true self, imperfections, dreams, all of that, you give them permission to do the same. You do not understand the power you have, even if someone is silent, but you're showing up, that they'll see a reel you put up, or they see you at the store and how you interact with your children, how you interact with somebody, how you show up in your marriage, how you show up in your friendships, how you show up for yourself when you put yourself first. And they're like, you know what? That's the push I needed. And here's a perfect example. Cindy, on your journey with your walking.
Don't make
and
where are the tissues? She hasn't even started. I'm just like,
and you're walking and everything. So it's like, we were in the city yesterday and we were like trying to find freaking Shake Shack. And we started walking and I was like, guys, the GPS is actually on car mode. So that's at 5 minutes. No, it's like 25 minutes. So we walked over a mile and we were like, we did Cindy's challenge.
Aww.
That's the influence, because we were like, we did Cindy's challenge. And I was like, listen, I unintentionally did it. I walked these city blocks.
Aww.
But that's like what you're labeled as. Like, we know when we're putting our health and fitness first, we're like, did you take your Brazil nut?
Did you take your Brazil nut? When you showed up today, I was like, yeah, I took your Brazil nut.
Did you take your Brazil nut?
I was like, you didn't? Then here's one.
Yeah, did you take it? Like, did you get your steps in? Did you drink your water?
I will be that drill sergeant.
Yeah.
The drill sergeant will come out and you'll be like, you're so annoying, but fine. I did it.
But it's in a way that it's where...
Yeah, because that's my biggest thing. And that's not even what I was sharing with Liz, because she also like sent me a message privately. She was like, look what you're doing.
Yeah.
And also Sharon reached out. Yeah. She was just like, I love a girl's girl. And I'm just like, thank you. But I'm also just, again, like you said, I'm just being myself and just sharing what's going on in my day and what I'm doing. And again, also that like showing up consistently and posting consistently. And like I said, I was like, if it gets a like, it doesn't, whatever. I was just like, I'm also doing it. It's for my accountability. And then if it's helping someone, wow, what a double whammy.
Yeah.
Like that's amazing. But like I said, I've been in my feelings, but in the best way, because of all the messages from all the women that have joined. And I'm like, y'all don't understand what y'all also like are doing for me, because at the end of the day, what I really want to see is everyone thriving, like, and walking around being your best self, because we all have the capacity to do so, but we've been so brainwashed and tunnel vision. And it's like, it hurts me to see someone that has all the potential in the world. They just got to get out of their own freaking way. Yeah. And again, with the walking, because again, once you start walking, like after like 10 minutes of walking, you're like, oh.
It's not even bad.
At first, like you're like, oh, because myself, like with the walking past, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to see you today, sis. I don't want to see you. But you know what? I have to do this stuff on my phone. Let me just do that stuff on my phone while I'm walking. Yeah. Because I was like two for one. Instead of laying back on the couch or laying in my bed and scrolling, I was like, let me go ahead and go scroll. What is it? Vertically instead of horizontally. And it's truly been a game shifter. I've been doing it consistently now for like the past 4 months. And it's funny, like you said, like when you just continue to show up and eventually how it sticks. So sometimes it can happen overnight where you're going to sit there and influence others, or it's just you staying consistent and staying true to yourself, like you mentioned. And then eventually people are like, oh, wow, she's still doing it. You know what? Let me try it. Yeah. Let me try it. And it's that. So I'm very proud of everyone that has joined so far this month, and there's still time to join. Even if you don't complete the 50 miles, the fact is that you are doing, and you're doing something for yourself and nobody else. And especially there's a lot of moms that joined. I'm like, you're doing something for yourself. And there's a lie that we've also been told, oh, I don't have time for that in my day. You do. You do. Even if it's, give me 5 minutes of a walk. Because then once you start walking 5 minutes, I could do another 5. I could do another 5. And then eventually you'll be like, oh, wow, I've already been walking for 30 minutes and I didn't even realize it. Yeah. And you moved your body more than you did yesterday. Yep. So,
yeah. Another quote that I did see, and it was like, it honestly was like, holy crap, because it's so true. Each of us has the power to influence the world around us, sometimes in ways we will never know.
Yeah, because I didn't know. You know, like I would get like comments here and there, but I didn't know.
Yeah. So, and It's so beautiful because we're all made in God's vision for us.
God's perfect image.
Exactly. So we're here and everybody has a superpower. Everybody has that something. Whether you take this limited time that we have on earth to embrace
Facts.
it, or
Limited.
if you want to keep it to yourself, that's fine. But eyes are always everywhere. And the most important thing is how you feel about yourself. Because at the end of the day, when we're gone, no one's getting in that casket with you. You're literally by yourself.
Right.
And if you can say, like, and feel that you lived a life of purpose, your purpose, not the facade of anybody else. We have fallen into this comparison, this Pinterest board of a life. Like, if I don't make my kids' room this, I'm the worst mom.
No, yeah.
No.
We're putting unnecessary pressure.
Exactly. And I wanted to shift this really quick, especially because, again, we have a lot of moms. I have heard a lot of our mom friends, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. Do you understand the impact you have on those children, on your spouse, that the reason they can go to work without any pressure that the house is going to fall apart, that dinner is not going to be on the table, that the bills won't get paid, that the house is going to come, you're going to come home, it's going to be dirty.
No one's going to be there to pick up your kid.
And nobody's going to be there or
drop
take them
off.
to their extracurriculars.
Right. Or be there for like in-school activities during the day.
Or when there is an emergency and
that
someone
part.
needs to be there. Yes, your partner works outside of the house, but you handling the kingdom, the house, your
Covenant.
business,
That's your covenant, baby.
You're a CEO
of your
household. Allows your partner to go and do what they need to do without having to put that additional pressure on themselves. Because, yeah, you're a breadwinner, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But winning the bread and then making the bread is also very different, because that's just how we were supposed to be. Like, the women take care of the home. Whatever. That's an honor.
I agree.
That's a privilege.
And it's not a chip on your shoulder.
It is not. Like, let me tell you, kids that come home, snacks are already ready. Mom and dad or mom at least is there for the recitals, for someone's that, like, that look on their face when someone shows up, and you showing up that way, honestly, is just groundbreaking and something that will stay with them, and the influence you have on them to show you're important. You're important to me, and I'm going to be here. They get home. The meals are not just from the microwave or whatever, which that's okay too, because I know two parents work outside the household and you figure out a way to put it up. But this is just specifically for stay-at-home moms who there is a lot of pressure. There is a lot of, I'm a working mom. I'm a hybrid working mom, and I have my mindset like as if I'm a stay-at-home mom, because I'm like, no, I want to make the meals. I want to do that. That's added pressure on myself, and that makes me resent a lot of things. I wish I could put down all the things and do all this and be able to go to but I always have that noise in the back of my head. I have this meeting at 3. I have to run around, blah, blah, blah. So again, moms who stay at home, you're a treasure.
Yes.
It's an honor and a privilege to watch those who post and show how they're running their home beautifully with the chaos and all of that.
Right. Keep posting. Keep posting, sis.
Never
Keep
think you're
posting.
less than, because remember, if you weren't around and then your spouse was out there working and then you were out there working, guess what? You make dinner Monday, Tuesday. I make dinner Wednesday, Thursday. Then we figure out on Friday. Then we'll fend for yourself and do all this stuff. You got to adjust.
Right.
And working moms, do not fear. We are here.
I love it.
Because we pivot.
Right.
We pivot, we make it work, and it is heartbreaking, gut-wrenching when you can't attend certain things. But sometimes that's when you take a step back and you're like, does this job work for me?
Right. Or use that PTO. And we're in September. Look at your PTO for the rest of the year.
Use it.
Take it. Use it. Do not leave it on the table. It is not a badge of honor to say, I didn't use not one sick day this year. Use them.
Yeah.
Please do. Please do. And especially if for that, like to take the time for your kids.
Yeah.
Again, like the holidays are coming up, and I think this year the break is going to be like very long.
Yeah, last year was almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, so look at that. Plan ahead for those PTO days. If you have to call out. It's okay. The work will be there tomorrow.
Yeah. And let me tell you, do not let others make you feel some type of way. So like, here is a perfect example. My sister, she's married. She has no kids, but when she takes her PTO seriously. Like she and her husband travel the world. Like they love to travel. So she asked for 2 weeks and they wanted to give her a hard time about it. But she's like, okay, but so-and-so got 2 weeks. Like, why can't I? She's a manager and yeah, she has other responsibilities, but when she's there, she does her work. And I said, okay, what are the days that they're giving you? Blah, blah, blah. When she came back, she said that they were kind of giving her like a nasty attitude and whatever. And that weighs on her so much because my sister may be tough, but she is an empath. She feels it. Like and I was like, Melek, they're upset because
you out there here living your life.
Yes. But you made
extraordinary employee.
You made traveling and spending time with your spouse a priority. How you live your life is no one's business.
Absolutely. Especially outside of work.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, you have to remember the people that you work with. Yeah, sometimes you have a relationship outside of them, but they know you from the outside. That's a whole nother person than the person from the inside.
Amen.
Like when we're here, we talk business, blah, blah, blah. We keep the personal outside. We don't talk about
right.
What
and that's
about.
And that's a little sidebar there. I mean, unless you're already done it too late. But if you're going to start a new job, be mindful of, it's like the whole thing about guarding your heart. Guard your heart at work because, again, sometimes people just look at you, again, unfortunately, like a competition, especially if you guys are in similar roles. And you have to be careful what you're sharing from your personal life, because, again, if you want to go ahead and call out to go to Legoland or whatever, that's none of their business. Again, so even if you have them on social media, just being mindful of that, of like sharing social media with coworkers. Now, once you leave, do whatever you got to do. And again, too, I'm sure you'll feel like the genuinity.
Yeah, and the authenticity of the friendship. Yeah.
Be like guard your heart in that sense. Because then it'll trickle that trouble. Like, again, if Malik has any coworkers that were watching her post, let's say if she's an avid poster on social media, hating on her because
she's out here living her life.
Exactly.
She's using her PTO wisely when you used your PTO to sit on the couch and doom scroll. That's not her problem. Like, she can't be miserable. Because can't be miserable because somebody else wishes they were doing what you were doing. And another thing, it's like FOMO is a real thing, but it only is if you're not content with yourself. Like we talked about this the last episode, like I'm not going to get FOMO to be a part of something that no one put me in the forefront to think of me to be there because I was not a priority. And that's fine. You weren't in my forefront either when I did XYZ, and that's fine.
Right.
And I will constantly stand by that. Like, you are not a taco. You cannot make everybody happy. Okay? Some people are just not going to be happy. Yeah. And that's okay. Because again, you're not a taco. You're not a churro.
No, I need a freaking taco, and it was Taco Tuesday yesterday.
Yeah, you're not a dulce de leche. You're not.
Stop, girl. I'm getting hungry.
You're not a matcha. Like, but yeah, like I just truly feel this season that we're walking into, like you feel this. Once you get there, you're just like, ooh, I'm shedding things. So we shedding fat. I'm shedding hair. My hair is shedding like crazy. Mindset shifts, and shedding people baggage, that no longer serve you.
Yeah. Because
some people want to be your friend so bad. But they're silent when you win. It's a silent competition.
Yeah.
Sis, ain't nobody competing.
Right.
Because
I'm like, if you're competing, you're literally
competing by yourself.
By yourself because what? You're competing with me?
Yeah. Like,
I'm sorry.
No, here's a perfect example. Not really a fan of her.
Let me pop my collar.
Yeah, not really a fan of her, but a fan of her business. Rihanna came in and was like, you know what? I'm going to do Fenty Beauty. And they said, well, there's all these other brands. And she goes, okay, but they're not Fenty Beauty.
Exactly.
That's fine. It's preferences. She brought her magic to the world. She sang, she did this. Now, businesswoman, living her life
and
with
her
her
products
kids.
are amazing. I haven't even tried like the lingerie side of her fancy stuff, but her makeup, like that's the concealer. I've literally been using the concealer for forever.
Yeah.
Because again, I was like, this is an amazing product.
And she stood up, like she was not going to be defined by her past, what happened. Like, and when you think of Rihanna, like the first thing I think of is Fenty Beauty.
Same. And her highlighter.
Oh my God, when you put it on,
fire.
I'm like, girl, I need to get it.
Fire.
I'm not a makeup wearer, but I need to have it in my arsenal.
A little sparkle, and then again, you could do it as a highlighter, eyeshadow.
Yeah. And like, it's crazy because you can reinvent yourself anytime.
Yes.
So don't ever feel like
I'm too old or it's too late.
Yeah, or this is how people perceive me. Who cares?
Right.
How do you perceive yourself is what you need to realize. Like, and that's what is the most important.
Right.
So write your goals down.
Yes, September, baby. Let's go.
The most important thing, do the work. Do the work for you. Surround yourself with people that elevate you. If you see someone already, like you look at them and you're just like,
yes, what do I need to do to get there?
You know what?
And do it.
Send them a DM if you know them. Hey, can we grab a coffee?
Yes.
Can we chat? Like if you have some time, because remember, time is a commodity and time is precious. And if someone is going to give you their time, that means that they're important to you.
Yes.
Well, you're important to them.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. So do the work. You owe this to yourself first and foremost. Second, you owe this to your partner. Your partner who's been with you, watching you grow from, I'm just going to say it in our, as a girl, then, a lover,
a lady,
then
a woman,
then, carrying their child, having their children, a mother. And each time you shift, our hormones are insane. Like they shift and your brain just completely changed. You're not the same person.
Right. I just randomly came up with this reference, or not randomly thought of it. I didn't come up with it. Like we're just constantly like snakes shedding our skin.
Yeah.
And it's okay. You shed a new skin every season. Every season, everything that you go through in life. And that skin is literally, it's dead. You think the snake goes back to that skin, sis?
It's like, bye.
No, so don't go backwards. It's here today and then onwards. Forward. Mm-hmm. Forget what happened in the past. Like the only time I literally return to the past is as a motivation to myself. Like I always say, my 2019 body is always something that I'm always going to edify and have up there, because I was like, whoa, I did that for myself. And that was before motherhood. But I was like, I was able to do that for myself for no actual like reason besides like, I remember I wanted to get pregnant and I wanted to work out during pregnancy, but I didn't do it because I had a wedding to go to or I had this to go to. Like I was literally preparing my body to carry a baby. I was like, let me do this work now so I don't have to worry about it later. But that's the only time I always remember like going back. But I go back for a positive reason. Don't go back for that negative reason.
Yeah.
Because if you catch yourself doing that, it's not worth going back to. But if you're like, oh, I remember when I did that.
Yeah.
And if you can use that to empower yourself, to influence yourself, to do something today. Like I said, you just got to start today. Anything. Go eat a strawberry. Go eat a Brazil nut.
And how great is that for you to be your own inspiration?
Yes.
And imagine you're sitting there like, here, Cindy, and we'll wrap it up really quick, but Cindy, like you see yourself back in 2019. You are your own inspiration and you get to see that. Imagine who else you're inspiring. So...
I know. I was like...
Y'all, we made it through 7 seasons and I did not cry once and she's teared twice and I'm the crybaby.
No, I think you have.
I cried? No, I cried on the internet. No. I cried on my stories because I was struggle busting it. I've never cried on the podcast though. But Anyways.
You're right. I think I'll remember that. Well, if you call her crying on any of our previous episodes,
Don't call me out.
Please screen record it. And
it's like,
send it like, you liar.
You lied to me. You liar.
Well, we love you guys. Hope this episode
resonates
landed,
with you. Yep.
was received. And if you know someone that can receive it as you've received it, please share that. Share. Sharing is caring.
And remember, keep it simple, silly kids. Do not put so much pressure on yourself. Keep it simple.
1% better every day.
1%
better every
day.
single day.
All right. Well,
you got this.
Till next
we love
time.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
How perfect it is, the sweet and the